I'm here to help you make the best Iron Bull build you possibly can. Now, I'm going to take you level by level, give you some options. As you can see, this is going to be a build that sort of comes online later in the game. Bull is very much a glass cannon. Now, we're doing this at level 24, deep into the Trespasser expansion. Bear that in mind. Just take things level by level, like I said. So, we're going to start with my favourite ability for a two-handed warrior, and that is a Mighty Blow. I'd recommend taking this immediately. You deliver a powerful attack that crumbles foes, leaving them knocked down for a short period of time. Now, that'd be one of the first abilities I take. I think it is genuinely one of the best abilities in the game. It's really good for just whacking enemies to the ground and just taking them out. Really, really nice stuff. Now, there are upgrades if you have the Trespasser DLC too, and you can toggle between these as you go through them. So for this one, Mighty Blow costs less stamina and deals an increased damage. Or Stay Down. Enemies knocked down by Mighty Blow are slow to get back on their feet, and in my opinion, this is the one to go for. You're not really going to do this attack on enemies that are already on the ground. You're going to do this on enemies to get them onto the ground. So in my opinion, Stay Down is the next one you want to take, and this just helps you out on the battlefield. Okay, the next ability I'd go for is Shield Breaker. Your critical hits crack armor and range shields sundering your enemy's armor for a short period of time. I think it's great. It's such a great ability to have. And then from there, directly into Whirlwind. You spin with your weapon outstretched, cutting through any enemies in your path. It's a great ability to have. And again, for upgrades you can have between, Whirlwind becomes more effective the longer you sustain it, or Whirlwind strikes pull nearby enemies towards you. Now, this kind of depends on how you want to play the game. Bull really works well when you have a Blackwell or Cassandra with you. You can aggro and tank, and then Bull can just keep smacking enemies. Pulling the enemies towards you might not be the best thing. Rising Winds, this could be your best bet if you want to just attack everyone. Choice really is yours here, but I do think your options are pretty good. A Vortex of Steel might just be a little bit better, because at least you don't get the damage reduction. So lock those in. Clear a path, hitting multiple targets with a single swing of your weapon restores your stamina. This is worth taking, it's very important, because with Bull's Reaver abilities, which we will get into later, his stamina drains very, very quickly. Now if we come over to this side, we have Block and Slash. We're just going to take this, because ideally, we want to get to Flow of Battle. Every critical hit reduces the cooldown times on your abilities, giving you the edge to finish off your enemy. Really great way, we love that. And then Pommel Strike. You lash out with a fast strike that briefly stuns your target. Perfect again, because we really want to make sure the enemies are stunned. If you want to do upgrades, Pommel Strike hits harder and faster, or Pommel Strike stuns enemies longer if they're already suffering from a negative status effect. Not that important so far. What is important though, is you've learned how to batter through your enemy's defenses, doing more damage to their guard with every hit. So we're going to lock those in for now. What we then want to do is we want to come over here and we're going to take Grappling Chain. This allows us to pull people towards us, a bit like a scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Now, after you do this, you could, if you wanted to, when you attack a target from behind, leave them slowed, or you now take the fight at your foes, your critical hits hit enemies and leave them weakened. And that's the one we want, because our critical hits are going to be what we're really aiming for. And from there, we're going to take Combat Roll. Now, this might seem really weird, but the reason we're doing this is for coming through. Combat Roll, now you use Combat Roll to damage enemies as you knock them aside. 250% weapon damage. It is absolutely broken. Absolutely broken. Now from there, we are going to go into our Reaver Path. Now, this is where things will be a little weird, because Reaver is very, very powerful, but it will leave you very, very vulnerable. Now we are going to start with Ring of Pain. This is the core ability we need. You mark part of the battlefield as yours. Enemies inside the ring take spirit damage while your own attacks inside the ring hit harder. The more you're hurt, the stronger both effects are. Now this is great because your damage does increase tenfold, but it does drain stamina and health very quickly. Now for your upgrades, while Ring of Pain is active, Devour costs less stamina and a shorter cooldown time, and Dragon Rage costs less of your own health. Now Dragon Rage is your main ability for this path, and you deal a lot of damage with it, but it costs health to do so. On the flip side, Ring of Pain now moves to follow you. In my opinion, it's worth doing Torrent of Pain, just to keep yourself protected. Painbringer can be good, because it does follow you around, but I don't think it's worth the trade-off for losing the health. From there we are going to take Blood Frenzy. They thought you'd get weaker once they wounded you. They are very wrong. 5% for each 10% missing health. Further, when an enemy dies near you, the threat of death spurs you to hit much harder. Scenting Blood, being near a badly wounded enemy spurs you into a frenzy, driving you to move faster and giving you a better chance of striking deadly blows. Terrifying Fury, your critical strikes have a chance to cause a gory mess and send nearby enemies fleeing in panic. And that brings us very nicely to Devour. Blood is life. You rip into your enemy, doing damage based on how badly you're wounded and healing yourself. Ring of Pain significantly increases the effect. Now we also have Lifeblood and we have Consume. So after you attack with Devour, your next use of Dragon Rage has a better chance of ripping deeply into your target for a critical strike. Or each use of each use of Devour now heals for more damage. And I think that is the one to use, because more than likely you're going to be using Dragon Rage the most. At least I found I did. Now, as I said, this is our main ability. You basically swipe and deal a huge amount of damage, but you take a lot of damage. So we're going to couple this with either Ravage or Leashed Fury. So, for some, Dragon Rage is a dangerous ability. For you, it's the only way to fight. You now hit harder and reduce the cooldown time for Devour with every attack. So if you really wanted to, you could really couple these and have Devour give you more life back thanks to Ravage. Or, Dragon Rage no longer damages you, although you can no longer use it as often. And I think Ravage is the way forward. It's, for me, the key ability here. Now once all that is set up, if you really wanted to, you could take your Rampage. It is very, very good. Or you can sort of dip over here and you could take Warcry if you want to just get some guard. What I like doing, personally, and I'll show you this, is I like putting a Fade-touched material onto my weapon so that you gain guard on hit. I think that works so much better, and it stops bull aggroing so much. So if you did want to go down this route, I would probably go to here. Coup de Grace, you deal more damage against enemies that are stunned or knocked down, and this couples very nicely with your Mighty Blow. If you really wanted to, you could also take Earth-Shaking Strike. Your Great Blow tears open the ground with a shockwave that batters enemies caught in its path. Now what you probably noticed with Bull is that I would wait to do all your Reaver abilities and take all these until you have loads of points marked up. So for example, I would wait until you have 12 points available. And the best way to do that is to level up and then use that Tactician Renewal, which I will show you here. We want to apply these yet. So if we go to our inventory and we go to our accessories, you can buy these from the trader in Skyhold, and you can also get it in Trespasser. But these, I think, are the best way to play Bull. For now, I would just take anything that boosts guard and boosts attack, so work through two-handed skill path. Once you've got enough points, say you're level like 15, 16, 17, then I would do a Tactician's Renewal and I would respec Bull fully into the build I've just shown you. Because then you can take all your Reaver abilities in one go, and you will know you're not sort of penalising yourself or not dampering yourself by causing you to lose too much health or stamina and vice versa. So with Bull, like I said, when it comes to accessories, I would have things that boost your critical ability. So for example, I'm using the Superb Amulet of Critical Chain. So every time you don't land a critical hit, your critical hit chance increases. Now this couples very nicely with the Superb Ring of Critical Damage, 20% critical damage on top. I'm also using the Superb Ring of Life Drain to help counteract Reaver ability. And I am also using, when I can see it, where is it? The Superb Belt of Urgency. So gain a large boost to attack speed when below 50% health. Again, couples so nicely with our Reaver abilities to continuously damage enemies. Now when it comes to weapons, as I said, I would personally put on a Fade Touched item that gives you guard on hit. Unfortunately, I don't have it on this one because I ran out of them before making this build, but I think it's Fade Touched Obsidian or something like that. Effectively, the masterwork is that it gives you guard every hit you do, which is perfect for him. I would also do things that boost your critical chance, as you can see on the screen here, boost your strength, and boost your armor penetration. Before you take your Reaver abilities, I would build weapons and armor that really boost your constitution, because like I said, Bull is a glass cannon and he will die very, very quickly. And here you go, on hit, gain 5 guard, 25 strength, and then 20% magic defense and range defense. I think that's the key way of building Bull up. You need to boost his defense because he's going to take a lot of damage as it is anyway. He's going to kill his own life pool anyway. So you need to really increase the life pool, or you need to increase defenses and resistances. And that is how I think you should play Bull. So I really hope you've enjoyed this guide. If you have, please drop the episode a like. It helps me amazingly. If you're new and you're not subscribed but you'd like to, that'd also be amazing. And hopefully I will see you guys in the next build guide. Bye guys.